My face hurts. My face hurts from smiling and laughing so much.
Repeat after me.
It's like, it's just, all right, cool. So wonderful. Stop smiling. Nothing is this happy ever.
Oh yeah, everybody. You know, while we're at it, give yourselves a hand for sticking around, man. This has been a fun night. We appreciate you guys hanging out. This is great. Coming up next to the stage, this comic has an HBO special coming out next month called Mariah's Gonna Carry You Home. Please welcome Mariah Ortiz, y'all. Mariah Ortiz. I made most of that up.
No, actually, the HBO special is coming out next week, so just kidding. I'm not that good. I wish.
Good job, man.
Figure this out real quick. No, not an amateur. I took it out of the mic stand. I'm taking it by.
My dream would be to make comedy and make money at it. Any kind. Like to get to do what I love most in the world and like get to sustain my life. Surprise! You're not dead.
Hey.
Yeah. Comedy is the only thing that like makes sense to me. It's been there for me my entire life and it's how I get through every day. I had a little bit of like a difficult childhood, like a lot of anxiety. Some members of my family passed away and it was like a really, really difficult time. It got so bad that I had a hard time physically being alone. The only way I was able to like get through this constant fear looming over me all of the time was comedy. Like I spent every waking minute just watching sitcoms. I spent my Saturday nights watching I Love Lucy because it was my medicine. I try to be everybody else's medicine, but I think comedy is my medicine.
When you go to a comedy club, you set yourself up to have a shared experience with other people. And it helps us connect as a group and identify as a group, and this is who we are. And so we're all laughing at this, so we're all together in this.
Everybody put your hands together for Roger Hack. Roger Hack, everybody.
I'm celebrating my mom's 1-year anniversary of being sober. It's pretty great. I'm like really, really proud of her. She died a year ago. So proud, so brave. Took that 12 steps all the way down to the grave. But
my name's Roger Hack. Why do people after they say their name? You're like, or before they say their name? You ever think about that? Where they say like, oh, what's your name? Roger Hack. And it's like, no, you know your name. That's the first thing you ever learned when you were a kid. Why do people start sentences off with so? That pisses me off more than anything. So, my name's Roger Hack. Okay. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. Why is this the hard part? My name's Roger Hack, and I have been doing stand-up for about 4 years and co-host an open mic in Denver at Denver Bicycle Cafe. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years, and it's been going really, really well. We started it because we needed friends, pretty much.
When it comes to life, you can either laugh about it or cry about it.
Yeah.
And just laughing about it is what I choose to do.
And it is a choice. People don't think about that.
It really is a choice.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to, having dealt with the same tragedy as her, she lost her husband, I lost my dad, she went sad. I'm just saying, like, I need to go the opposite direction and be happy and try to find reason and a reason in the lack of reason, and just to continue that way, because otherwise you're gone. I mean, you're way off the deep end. As I've gotten more into understanding how a joke works and how you tell a story or how you keep people with you, then I've been able to figure out, oh, this is how I tell stuff about my parents, or this is how I get this out there, and like unloading all of these things that I didn't know were in my past, that I didn't realize I could talk about and laugh about. Like all of a sudden I'm bringing them out and able to cope.
It was really hard to get through every day, but the only thing that made me feel
like everything was gonna be okay was comedy.
Yeah.
It was the only thing that made me feel like everything was gonna be all right with the world. And it still is.
We really try to get comedy from the humanity of everyone, and see, we're all like this. We're all, we've all got issues with our mothers or fathers or uncles or whatever. We all have family. We all have been in this situation. We've all felt awkward asking someone to a date or being asked on a date. These are awkward, universal human moments.
I don't know. I'm scared when I ride bikes because I'm afraid that because if I can't reach the floor, then I can't put both of my feet down, and I'm not okay with possibly falling.
The scary part. No, that is absolutely.
Yeah, the scariest part is maybe falling.
It's so funny you would say that, because that makes me think of stand-up. Because people who ride bikes are not mad. You're not mad when you're riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
And then, so it's the same kind of thought. You're on a bike, but you walk on stage, and your center of gravity changes, and it's the hard part is those first few steps up, and then you're standing in front of the microphone, and then what else are you gonna do? You're gonna talk. What else are you gonna do? I'm gonna pedal the bike and just see what happens. And sometimes you crash and fall over, or sometimes you just say, "Oh, this is wonderful."
All right, your next comedian, she is making her Denver Bicycle Cafe debut. Put your hands together for Mariah Ortiz.
So I found that the best way to make me look successful was just get a bunch of university students to make a documentary about me. But the trick is that I'm in it, so we'll see how real it is. Just kidding.
People go to Tonight Show from here. People go to Conan from here. So there are high expectations. So if you're saying, when people see cameras and they're saying, well, what? And then they see, oh, college kid doing a documentary, and he's like, that's cute.
So I think people think I'm high all the time, but I think it's just that my spirit hasn't been broken yet.
So you said the documentary thing?
And then I did just people think I'm high, but I just haven't had my spirit
That's what
broken.
it was. That's why. That was the one, not the Haggard one. It was this one, because you laughed a lot after that. That was hilarious. It was so funny because it was playing a game with us when you kept laughing. Because on the one hand, it's like, oh, maybe her spirit hasn't been broken, and that does mean she's brand new at stand-up. On the other hand, she's laughing, and people who laugh after saying something like that definitely have their spirit broken. And that's what makes it so funny.
Nothing churns my gurns more in life than when I hear a grown man yearning in ecstasy over an egg salad sandwich.
And then I did the churns my gurns, a man
That got
yearning
such
in
a
ecstasy.
big laugh.
It did.
That got such a huge laugh. That was a great way to end it. And then that got a laugh, and then the Papa Cap. That was so funny.
I didn't know what it meant to bust a cap up somebody's ass until very recently. I thought it was more of an anal bottle cap opener. You know when you those old gas stations and they have just you can buy a glass bottle and it'll just stick it in there and pop it off? I genuinely thought that's what busting a cap up somebody's ass meant. You just stick it on up there and have your way with a bottle of Coke. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Mariah Ortiz, everybody. I have to be honest, I am more afraid of her version of busting the cap in someone's ass than the actual busting of the cap in someone's ass.
When instead it was like a genuine, I thought this actually was what this meant. In your version, it's like, oh, just get a bottle, stick it up someone's butt, and just crank. What I remember is people telling me to backtrack. So the worst thing you could ever do is quit. So don't quit. Don't stop. Because then you'll never know. You'll never know. There are so many audiences up ahead of you. They're gonna laugh so hard. You'll never meet them if you stop, and that's a shame. You actually care. You're trying, and if you keep caring, you keep trying, then regardless of how long it takes, then it will turn around. You'll just start shooting up.
It just kills me. Like, it kills me to know that there was a chance I could have done something that would have made me really happy and I didn't take it. And I do that sometimes. Like, I'm afraid to take leaps, but I think that comedy is one of the leaps that I'm more comfortable jumping into. And if I didn't pursue it, I don't think I would ever forgive myself, because this is what I feel in my heart, that this is what I'm meant to do. This is what makes me happy. And this is what I want to give to the world. And when I'm doing comedy, I know that I'm home. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. And I just want to give it to the world.
When you laugh, when you have a shared laughter with somebody else, what happens is, if we connected you to a brainwave machine and I connected you, when we're laughing, our brains sync up, so our brain patterns are the same. And we've connected on a very deep brain level basis. So whether that's one-on-one or whether it's a person with a group of people, making that connection, getting us all in sync, getting us all together, and having us all see the same point of view is an amazing connection. And humans are born separately, we die separately, and we spend the time in the middle trying to connect with other people. And comedy and laughter is a great way for us to bridge that gap and to connect with people.
I just have to learn.
Yeah, I just have
to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah, just have to learn how to make people laugh.
Just be okay without, like,
Yeah.
with riding a bike without putting my feet down.
Yeah.
And then you're coasting.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Thank you so much.
In scene. There we go.
Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
meeting with us.
And end scene.